Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you the best products for a beginner in makeup. So it's going to be like a little makeup kit, kind of a list of items for people who are just getting started into makeup and want to know the best stuff for them. So first you're going to start off with primer. Right here I have the Professional by Benefit. It's going to minimize your pores and your fine lines. So what I do is just get a little ball of it on my finger and just tap it into where my pores are the biggest, and this is going to be before your foundation, and this is just a little travel size at Sephora. And then I recommend the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. They have a lot of shades and it's very inexpensive. This can be found at the drugstore. It has a little paddle like so, you're just going to put it on your face and then you're going to use a foundation brush or a sponge to blend it around your face. So I recommend for that is the Real Techniques sponge. You can find this at a drugstore. So you just wet it underneath the faucet and then you squeeze out the water and then you go to town blending out the foundation all around your face, down your neck a little bit to blend it into your real skin tone. Or you can use the e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. So for this you just go like this in circular motions. You don't want to have it flat like this, just a little bit like so. And then after that, you want to use concealer. I recommend the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. They're really good and they blend out very nice. So once you have that underneath your under eyes, you're going to blend it out with a sponge or a brush. So you could use the same sponge again, or you could use the EcoTools concealer brush and you just dab it underneath your eyes just to blend out the concealer. And then you want to set it with powder so it doesn't crease and slip and slide throughout the day. So this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, just in translucent, and you can set your whole face with this as well. And for powder all over your face, you're going to use the EcoTools Fluffy Powder Brush, something that's nice and fluffy and not too dense, so it can lightly disperse all the powder to set your foundation. And underneath your eyes, you can use the e.l.f. Blush Brush. I like it because it's kind of a flat paddle brush, but it's very nice and fluffy, and it's tapered to go right underneath your eyes. And by the way, you can either do eyes first or you can do your face first. It doesn't really matter, it's just preference. So now I would go into bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. You can either get this shade or light bronzer, and it smells so good. It smells like coconuts and stuff. And this is to warm up your skin right about here underneath your cheekbones. It's very nice and smooth, it blends out super easy. And if you want a diffuse bronzer look, you can go in with your powder brush if you want after your powder, because you don't want to put bronzer all over your face by accident. Or you could just use a blush brush. This is the Mineral Powder Brush. I like to use it for blush or bronzer, works either way. Because if you're going to go into bronzer, then you could just wipe it off on a paper towel and just use it again for blush. Now the Annabelle Cosmetics blush in this shade Hibiscus. This is a nice peachy blush that goes with a lot of skin tones. Just adds a little bit of color to your face. Just a nice color that goes with a lot of different eye looks. And now if you want to do a highlighter, you totally can. And if you don't, same thing. But I recommend the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Highlighter in Flexitarian. But if you're of darker skin tones, I would go for Lunch Money, or can't remember any of the other ones, but this one's good for fair or light skin tones. Now this has a different texture. It's kind of like a gel cream situation. Look at that, it's so pretty. So for this, you're just going to use your fingers and place it on top of your cheekbones right about here, just to give yourself a little bit of glow. But if you want a more diffused look, there are definitely other options at the drugstore. I don't have any of them with me right now. Now for brows, depending what your brow shape is or how filled in they are, I just recommend the Brow Stylist Plumper. It's a brow gel, so it just combs your brows back and adds a little bit of color. Or you can make them a little bit fluffy, whatever you'd like. And I really like this one by L'Oreal because it has like a smaller wand and it really keeps my brow hairs in place and adds a nice color. And this is in the shade light to medium, and they have other shades as well. So you just plop it on and then you're good to go. Now this is my favorite eyeshadow primer. It's a Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish, but it is from Sephora, so obviously it's going to be a little bit more expensive. And if you have oily lids, totally get this. Your eyeshadow will most likely not crease. But if you don't have oily lids, I would say get one from Milani or Wet n Wild. And then set it with powder so it ensures your eyeshadows blend on easily and they stay all day. So if you just want a shadow just to go on the lid and then you can head out the door, I recommend the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Weenie. This is by ColourPop. It's a super warm kind of cranberry shade, rose gold shade, and it's the same formula as the highlighter. It's really nice and smooth and creamy, and you just use your finger. You don't need a brush. See, look at that metallic shade. So if you don't want the gel type of formula, they also have single shadows, and they're on sale right now. And then you get a free palette if you buy 4 of them, a free little magnetic palette. And those are super nice and smooth as well. This is what the ColourPop palette looks like. Just you put 4 shadows in there and they pop out, and they are also magnetic. So this was $4 a shadow. So you have your everyday eye look right here in this palette and you're good to go. Also, the NYX Prismatic Shadows, these are really nice and smooth and blendable. I have Girl Talk and Liquid Gold here. This is just a nice light pink metallic type of shade. It's right here. You just put it on the lid or in the inner corner. It adds a nice pop. Or if you want something a little bit more bronzy, you can go for the Liquid Gold shade. And this one's almost a dupe for MAC Amber Lights or something like that. But look how metallic and pigmented that is. It's really, really pretty. Any of these prismatic shades are winners. I also have a color palettes to recommend if you just want to go with that. This is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. Any of these palettes from Wet n Wild that are in the black packaging are really good. They're nice and smooth and pigmented. This one especially is really, really nice. And it also says on here, it says brow bone, eyelid, crease, and definer. So you go right ahead and just follow this and then you create an eye look. Or you could just pick and choose from what you want to wear. So this one has some more colorful shades in here, right here. If you want like an evening look and a day look, totally could do that. This one right here is like a blue-brown type shade. And this one's a nice bronze. But look how smooth and pigmented that was. That's gorgeous. Yeah, these are definitely a hit. Now if you just want to stick to neutrals, totally go for Essence All About Nudes eyeshadow palette. All this has in here is just a whole bunch of nudes, like it says. So yeah, you can just put this easily on your eye, quick and easy, run out the door, super simple, but looks really good. And Essence is very inexpensive as well. So for eyeshadow brushes, I recommend just a few essentials. The Still Spot Essentials Eyeshadow Blender. You can get this at Walmart. It's just a nice fluffy brush for the crease. Easily just put a nice warm shadow in there or whatever. This one doesn't have a name on it, but it's from e.l.f. It's like a little kind of stubby type of brush. I would use this on my outer corner to put a darker shade there, or you can work this into the crease a little bit as well. It's a multi-use brush. e.l.f. brushes are really good. That would be my first go-to if you're looking for cheap brushes. They'll work great. Anything from the Studio line, which is the black packaging. And also the e.l.f. smudge brush. Even though this is white packaging, this is a great eyeshadow packer brush for any shadow you want to put on the lid. And it just looks like this. And then for mascara, I recommend any at the drugstore, but this has been the one I've been using lately. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. You can also use the Maybelline Sensational Mascara, or the new L'Oreal Lash Paradise one, or the Essence Lash Princess. Any mascara really, or any ones from CoverGirl, they're all going to be hits. Most of them. You can't go wrong with a good black pencil liner, and this is just an easy black liner you can throw in your waterline, or you could do it on the top lash line. There's a lot of things you can do with a black liner. I recommend the L'Oreal Carbon Black Liner. I don't know for sure. And also, if you're a wing type of girl or a guy, I recommend the e.l.f. Liquid Liner. This one's pretty easy to use, and it doesn't crack on me, and it has a nice applicator, and it doesn't smudge. Nice and black and matte. And just some lash curlers. Really anyone will work, but I say go for one of the L'Oreal ones that have like the red cardboard type of packaging. Because if you go too cheap, they may pull out your lashes, which is kind of scary to think about, but I've heard good things about the L'Oreal ones, so go with those. And last but not least, lip products. I recommend the Essence in the new lip liner. These are really good, nice and creamy. Come in a variety of shades. Like this color right here, I could wear this alone and then put a gloss on top and head out the door. These are really nice, creamy, long-lasting, and they have a matte finish, but it's a matte creamy finish, so it doesn't slide around, and it's also good for lip lining as well. And a nice nude lipstick is Maybelline Daringly Nude Matte Lipstick. It has this brown purple lid. There's the Maybelline Sensational Matte Lipsticks. I don't know for sure. It's in the shade Daringly Nude. And it's a nice pinky nude shade that complements a lot of skin tones. So I highly recommend it. And it's matte but smooth and creamy. That is all. That is my beginner makeup kit that I would recommend to you or anybody who wants to get into makeup. I would say look up tutorials, beginner makeup tutorials, see how all these products would go on and techniques and stuff like that. But these are products that I recommend that are from the drugstore, at least most of them are, and you can easily find them and pick them up and start playing with makeup. So I hope you guys liked this video today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.